If you're a big fan of Bleach, you'll probably love Noragami, but you're probably gonna hate me for saying this, but Noragami is a lot like Bleach, but with much better characters and story. Don't worry though, you still got those badass Soul Society fights, because sadly, nobody has come as close to epic sword fights as that for quite a long time. I feel like a lot of the similarities that Bleach and Noragami share with each other mostly have one thing in common, which is Japanese culture. I'm not Japanese, I've never been Japanese, and I like anime, but just not enough to pretend to know what I'm talking about when it comes to Japanese spirituality or Shintoism, which is why shows like Bleach, Forest of the Fireflies, and Mushishi are appealing to us in the West. They take concepts familiar to us that transcend cultural barriers, such as basic human emotions, curiosity, suspense, and action, and so on, and mix it together with a bit of the unknown, which brings me to today's anime, Noragami, a 25-episode anime from 2015. Noragami is set within modern-day Japan except for the presence of gods and their realm. In this anime, gods are given power from their followers, and they use accessories forged from souls of the dead to hunt evil spirits. However, if no one believes them, they simply cease to exist, such as the struggle of the lowly Yato god of frugality, perversion, being an obsessive stalker, as well as various other aspects that I'm not going to spoil you to. The story begins as Yato saves Hiyori's life, while in the process he leaves her in a bizarre circumstance which causes her soul to separate from her body at random times, leaving it unattended wherever it lands, which is probably the premise of a hentai that I've never seen and don't want to watch. Unless it's dubbed, of course. The third and final piece of our protagonist puzzle is Yukine, Yato's newfound companion, who, when called, transforms into a sword, and you can insert Soul Eater reference right here. The story itself is broken down into 2 seasons, which most people either prefer one or the other. The first season focuses on laying the foundation of Noragami's lore, such as the fundamentals of the gods and how their weapons works, as well as the belief system that keeps them alive. It also focuses on characterization and bonding of our 3 protagonists together over a series of events with evil spirits and other gods. I feel like they did a good job of articulating our characters' struggles in season 1, as Yukine's stresses and overall troubling life feed back into Yato, causing a sort of infection which continuously grows and needs to be dealt with. As far as Hiyori is concerned, I feel like she is the wallpaper of the show. Some would consider her to be nice to look at, but aside from being Yato's only believer, there's really no reason for her to exist within the story, aside from being an additional comedic relief or a consistent liability to Yato as her memory fades from time to time, which could potentially mean the end for Yato. The second season of Noragami is my personal favorite, as well as the majority of people who I've spoken to about the show. It continues on with a momentum built up at the end of the first season with the introduction of Bishamon and other heavily action-oriented conflicts. Season 2 also offers a deeper look into Yato's mysterious dark past, which comes in total contrast to everything you know about him from Season 1. Imagine Rurouni Kenshin, but in a story where you don't know about his manslayer days up until the halfway point of the series. While Yato's dark past was alluded to within the first season, there was never really enough clues about it to really sink your teeth into it to even guess about what it could be up until the second half of the show. It's not necessarily a bad thing though, because in fact I enjoyed Season 1 much more my second time around because of it, and this sharp contrast is actually the thing that I enjoyed the most about Season 2, because I felt like Season 1 had a little bit too much comedy for me, and Season 2 is much more drama and action-oriented, and it's got so many more darker elements to it. There were even elements from Yato's past that still call out to him, which become a strong internal obstacle for him to overcome. The main downside of Season 2 is its ending, because the manga is unfinished, therefore so is the anime, and I really enjoyed how Season 2 picked up on the steam created by Season 1 and all of that momentum and really amped its way up towards the end, but I feel like there's so much more of the story to be told. They laid the groundwork for a much bigger story, I felt, and they really only scratched the surface with its characters. You know, Hiyori, I don't dislike her as a character, but I think over time, if the story were to continue, I feel like her character would get fleshed out a lot more, and I think overall the story would be much better if we had maybe 1 or 2 more seasons added to it. So moving on to my final recommendation of Noragami, overall I did enjoy the show. It took me a lot longer than I'm comfortable with getting into the story, and when it was all said and done, I felt like it really only scratched the surface of what the story can offer, I feel, and that's what everyone who reads the manga would agree with. And because the manga is coming back, it's possible that maybe we're going to get more in the future, but who knows for sure about that one. But overall, it was enjoyable, and if you're looking for something that's got great animation, if you're looking for some exciting fights, this isn't filled with fights, but to its benefit, every single fight that you watch, the next fight is even much more exciting than the one you just finished, so everything just keeps getting better the longer you watch this anime, up until the end. And it's just got this great soundtrack as well. The Season 2 opening, I really enjoyed that one as well, and both times that I watched this anime, I watched both seasons with the English audio. So if you're a big fan of dubs, then this has a pretty good dub to it, but if you don't want to watch dubs, then you could just watch with the Japanese audio, because that is fine too. I watched a couple episodes that way as well. Overall, definitely check out this anime if you thought anything in this video was enjoyable, and if you're a big fan of either Rurouni Kenshin or Soul Eater or Bleach, then you will probably feel right at home with watching this anime. What did you think of Noragami? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know by hitting that like button and subscribing if you haven't yet. I'd like to say a special thanks to all of my Patreons who support the channel and keep these videos coming out. If you'd like to join them, then check out the Patreon, because you can join our Discord community, watch anime with us, and just hang out together in the voice chat sometimes. But I would like to give a special thanks to those who have gone above and beyond with their support of the channel: Brady the Undefeated Magician, Q Mark, Nea-chan, Warpbait, and Light Lelouch for their extended support of the channel. Thank you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Stay classy, everybody.